Welcome back, learner. Myself, Dr. Vinita Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, RGSC, Banaras Hindu University. With the course Rudimentary Principle and Practices of Managerial Economics, Module 11, Lecture number 52, Monopoly. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the feature and the types of monopoly. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the further topics. The first one is what is equilibrium, concept and condition for equilibrium of firm, price determination under monopoly, and under that there is one method, that is total revenue and total cost method. Concept of equilibrium. Equilibrium means state of no change where market opposite forces such as market demand, market supply becomes equal to each other, where price becomes stable. So basically equilibrium is a stage, or it is a point, or it is a position where the forces of the market, that is in market there are basically two most important force, that is the demand and the supply. That means when demand and supply intersect each other, a point where it is giving the equilibrium point and the equilibrium price. This point where demand and supply is intersecting with each other, that is the equilibrium position, which gives you equilibrium output and the equilibrium price, where you can earn maximum profit and minimum losses. So we can say that equilibrium means a tendency when you do not want to change your position, rather you do not want to increase the output or you do not want to reduce the output. You do not want to change the prices, because that is the point, that is the position which is giving you the maximum satisfaction, and that is giving you the optimum output. This much of output will give you the maximum profit. Any output above and any output below will definitely not going to give you the same optimum profit. So this equilibrium position gives you price and quantity at equilibrium point is known as equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Neither the consumer nor the producer want to shift from this point of equilibrium, because the consumer is getting the maximum satisfaction out of their limited income and producer is getting the maximum profit and minimum loss at optimum level of output produced. So that means when I am talking about equilibrium, I am talking about the position of no change. That equilibrium is also applicable for the consumer market and that is also applicable for the producer market. That means a point, a situation, a place where neither the buyer nor the producer want to change. What consumer want? They want a maximum satisfaction from the commodity they are consuming out of their limited income, because we know that consumer have limited resources but their wants are unlimited. So, they need to get the maximum satisfaction out of their limited income. So, where the consumer is getting the optimum maximum satisfaction, a consumer does not want to change this position. In a similar manner, producer will also be in an equilibrium position when producer is producing that much of level of output that will give the maximum profit to the producer. A producer will not produce more than that and producer will not produce less than the equilibrium point. Any point before or after the equilibrium is a state of dissatisfaction due to under and over utilization of economic resources, because this is the point where you are getting the maximum satisfaction. The market force, demand and supply, will never be equal to each other, and price continuously fluctuate a lot when state of equilibrium does not exist. It is only on the equilibrium point where demand will equal to the supply, and that will decide the equilibrium output and the equilibrium price. Other than this position, the market and demand supply is not going to equal each other. That means, suppose this is your y axis, x axis, suppose this is your demand curve, this is your supply curve, both are meeting each other, this is the price OP, this will be the output. That means, if you are going to decide this OP price for this given level of output, you will be in equilibrium position. If you move towards upside or if you move towards downside, neither the side, the demand will not be equal to supply. Concept and condition for equilibrium of firm. What is industry? A group of firms constitute industry. When so many firms combine together and producing the homogeneous goods, they are known as industry. So, a group of firms producing homogeneous goods is called industry. Homogeneous goods means goods similar in nature. Firm. A firm is a unit engaged in production of a particular commodity for sale to have profit. So, firm is a part of industry. So, individual unit of the industry whose basic purpose is to sell the goods, is to produce the goods and to earn profit, that single unit is known as firm of that industry. Equilibrium industry, when the industry will be in equilibrium. As I told you, equilibrium means position of no change. So, when will be the industry is in a position of no change? It is a position when neither a firm enter or exit from the industry, then that is a point where industry is in equilibrium. That means the industry to be in equilibrium point when new firm will not enter or exit the industry. New firm are not coming in the industry and old firm are not going outside the industry. If this situation prevails, that means your industry is in equilibrium position and your industry is earning a sufficient profit, optimum profit, and neither the firm is entering nor the firm is exiting. Equilibrium of firm. Equilibrium of firm means price and output determination of any commodity known as equilibrium of firm. Firm will be in equilibrium position where they are getting the maximum profit and minimum loss at optimum output. That means your firm will be in equilibrium position when firm does not want to change its price output policy. That means whatever is the existing price and at that existing price, what is the level of the output the producer or the firm is producing, then that point is known as equilibrium point. And at that point, you will get the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Definition for the equilibrium of firm. According to Professor Watson, a firm is a unit engaged in the production for sale at a profit with the objective of maximizing the profit. That means a firm is a single unit of the industry which are engaged in producing goods and services with the basic objective, main objective of earning profit. According to Professor R.A. Bilas, where profits are maximized, we say the firm is in equilibrium. That means the firm will be in the equilibrium state when the firm is earning the maximum optimum profit. Condition of the equilibrium of the firm. What are the conditions that will decide whether the firm is in the equilibrium state or not? The very first condition for the firm need to be in equilibrium is to earn the maximum profit. If firm is earning a maximum profit, that means it is fulfilling the first condition for the equilibrium of the firm. That means a firm is said to be in equilibrium condition when it satisfied the following condition. The first condition, what say? To earn maximum profit at optimum level of output. The second and the third condition are the most important condition, because this condition will exactly locate the equilibrium point where you will get the equilibrium output and the equilibrium price, because this will exactly decide the point of equilibrium. That two conditions are MC is equal to MR. MC means marginal cost must equal to marginal revenue. And the second most important condition is MC cuts MR from below. So this is the second condition. That means for firm to be in equilibrium, these two conditions need to be satisfied. These two means these two together need to be satisfied. If at one point MC is equal to MR and one point MC cuts MR from below, that means this is not the position of equilibrium. Position of equilibrium is when MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. So, the equilibrium point result into the formation of equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. So, once the equilibrium position is located at that point, at that location, you will get the equilibrium output and the equilibrium price. This point is achieved only when these two conditions is fulfilled. What two condition? MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. So, these two conditions need to be satisfied. So, at this level, the firm is getting the maximum profit and minimum losses. Now, price determination under monopoly. How you are going to determine that equilibrium point, how you are going to determine the price under monopoly. So, these are of two types. So, the monopolist intend to maximize its profit just like perfectly competitive firm. A monopolist will be in the state of equilibrium when he manage to produce the level of output which generate maximum profit. That means monopoly, whether it is a monopoly, whether it is a perfect competition, whatsoever is the market, every firm try to maximize its profit, and in order to maximize this profit, they need to be in the state of equilibrium. And state of equilibrium means where you are producing that level of output that gives you the maximum profit and the minimum loss. So, what are the two conditions for monopolist firm to be in equilibrium? That means for monopoly need to be equilibrium, two conditions need to be satisfied, that is MC is equal to MR and MC cuts MR from below. Now, there are two methods through which price are determined under monopoly. These two methods are TC and TR approach, MC and MR approach. TC and TR approach. TC means total cost and TR means total revenue. MC and MR approach means marginal revenue and marginal cost. So, in today's lecture, we will be discussing with the total revenue and total cost method for price determination under monopoly. A firm will be in equilibrium when firm is earning the maximum profit at given level of output. It is the point of no change neither in price nor in output. It is an important consideration for any firm to decide the price and quantity of output where firm will get maximum profit and minimum loss. Again, it is talking about the equilibrium point, and equilibrium point will gives you the equilibrium output and the equilibrium price, as I discussed with you people earlier in this session only, which is giving you the maximum profit and the minimum loss. It is a position of no change. No change means neither you want to change the price and neither you want to change the level of output. But what is TC and TR approach? Total revenue, total cost method is used for price determination at given level of output that will generate total maximum profit. According to this approach, they consider total revenue derived from sale of output and total cost incurred in producing the given level of output. So basically this method considered TC and TR approach. TC means total cost, that means overall cost in producing the level of output, and TR means overall revenue incurred by selling that commodity. That means it talks about total, it does not talks about the per unit cost, it talks about the total cost incurred in producing the given level of output. The difference between TR and TC will generate the overall profit for the firm. Higher is the difference between TR and TC higher will be the TP, that is total profit. Lower the difference between TR and TC, lower will be the profit, total profit. The firm will fix the price at that level of output where difference between TR and TC is maximum in the form of total profit. Higher is the difference between TR and TC, higher will be the profit. Lower is the difference between TC and TR, lower will be the profit. So it is the objective of the firm to create a larger difference so as to create a maximum profit for the organization. So this graph can be explained like this. This is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, this is 0. Here it is price, here it is output. Your TR will start from point of origin, rises, reaching to its maximum and then falling. Why from point of origin? That means at 0 level of output, total revenue is 0. As you are increasing the level of output, your TR is increasing. A point will come when total revenue is maximum. If you continue with the level of production, continue producing the output, definitely your TR will start falling. Then this is your total cost. Total cost means overall cost in producing the commodity, and it start from any point on the y-axis, that is at point P. Why from the y-axis? Because total cost basically consists of fixed cost and the variable cost, and if you are not able to produce the goods, if you stop producing the goods for temporary, still you have to bear the loss equal to the fixed cost. And this is the reason why TC is starting from any point on the y-axis, and it is a point where fixed cost, that means whatever is the fixed cost, from that point only the TC will start. Now TC, this is point A for example, and this is point B. At point A and at point B, you can see TC is equal to TR and TC is equal to TR. That means total cost is equal to total revenue. That means it can also be known as break even point. Break even point. Why break even point? A point of no profit and no loss. Then if you are this side, that means if you are before the point A and if you are after the point B, you can see your TC is greater than TR. Your TC is greater than TR. That means your total cost is more than your total revenue. That means this is the area where you are actually getting the loss. This is the lost area and after B is the loss area. Then this means the area between A and B is somewhere the profit area. But I need to find out the maximum difference between TC and TR. No doubt, here is also a TC and TR difference. Here is also a TC-TR difference. Here TC and TR difference. 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 Everywhere is the difference, but I need to locate that point where the difference between the TC and the TR maximum in order to earn the maximum profit. As these TC and TR curvy and linear in shape, you need to draw a tangent line. So suppose you are drawing a tangent line like this and it is touching somewhere this point. That means point C and point D. That means this point C and D is the point which is giving you the maximum vertical distance. And if you connect this point and touch the x-axis, you will get to know the level of output. That means if you are bringing OQ level of output, you will be able to earn the maximum profit equal to C and D at given price level of OP. And if you really want to draw the profit curve area, so this is your total profit curve. Again, if you, this is the point and this is the point. For example, this is the point T and this is the point F. That means this level of output and again this level of output. So if you are before the point T, that means this area, this is the loss area. That means when you are producing the OT level of output, this will not give you the profit, rather you will be in loss. But when you are producing at T level of output, that means this is the point where you are no profit and no loss. Again, if you are producing the level OF, again you will be in the position of no profit and no loss. That means if you will be producing within T and F, you will be in the state of profit, but we need to find out the level of output where you will be getting the maximum profit. So this is the point Q. So this is the, if you name it as Z, ZQ is giving you the maximum profit through, this is added with C and D, and which level of output? O and Q level of output. So this is all about your TC and total revenue and total cost. Total revenue and total cost method. So, this is all about TC and TR approach, and we have discussed everything. The same is represented with the diagram I had already prepared, and it is there, and you can easily figure it out. All these points are shown, and this is the points where you are getting the maximum profit, and that means on y axis it is price, on n axis it is output, TR representing the total revenue, TC represent the total cost, TP represent the total profit, the loss area. So, everything is mentioned which I have discussed with you people. So, this is the explanation for the TC and TR approach, and we have discussed with the diagram in detail, and this is the explanation for the entire diagram. I hope you will be able to understand just by going and reading it, and this is also again the explanation of this diagram. So, coming with the criticism of the TC and TR approach. This method is also known as trial and error method for determination of price under monopoly. As per this method, equilibrium price and output for monopoly is calculated by fixing different prices at different level of output so as to locate point that will give the maximum satisfaction. That means, as per this method, it is also known as trial and error method because exactly you are unable to locate a point where it is giving you the equilibrium price and the equilibrium output. You are actually with trial and error putting different prices and try to find out what will be the price, what will be the level of output that will give the maximum profit. So, what is the criticism of this approach is, the first criticism, it is very difficult to identify the level of output that give maximum profit. Just by looking at the graph, you cannot figure it out which actually level of output will give you the maximum profit. Second, it is difficult to identify the maximum vertical distance between TR and TC. As I just show you the maximum vertical differences between the TC and TR will give you the maximum profit. So, it is difficult to identify locate the exact area of maximum vertical difference between TC and TR. It considered total cost, total revenue incurred and gained to any given level of output, but does not consider per unit cost for the commodity and revenue derived out of it. For economic decision, per unit cost is more important than TC. That means it considered the overall total cost, total revenue, but it does not consider exactly about the per unit cost of producing the commodity. That is more important for taking economical decision. From economics point of view, you actually consider what is the cost of producing a single unit rather than thinking what is the overall cost incurred in producing the commodity. So, due to this drawbacks, TR and TC approach, MC and MR approach is considered better for determining the equilibrium position of the firmware, because this was the major drawback of the TC and the TR approach, and that is why a better version is MC and MR approach that exactly talks about what will be the cost of producing the per unit commodity when extra level of output need to be produced. That means extra commodity required extra money. So, how much that money? So, for that it is the MC and MR approach that is more important in comparison to the TC and TR approach. So, this is all for the today's session. In today's session we had discussed about the equilibrium of a firm, what is industry, and how the price will be determined under monopoly, and there are two methods, the TR and the TC, and MC and the MR. In today's sessions, in today's lecture, we had discussed in detail about the TC and TR approach. I hope you have understood this session and learned a lot, and will be meeting again soon with the same topic starting with the MC and MR approach. So thank you so much for today's session. Hoping to meet you again.